In today's video I will be looking at the phone holder for the NIU KQi100 scooters. That's the KQi100P and KQi100F. It's compatible with both of them. I bought it from the NIU website in Europe for 20 euros. So this is the box it came in. So let's first take a look what's inside, and then I will bring in the scooter and we will take a look how to install it. So we have this piece, which is the phone holder. There is some sort of a QR code on there. Here we have the manual. So this is what you get in the box, and this is how you put it together. So it looks like we will need to remove the small sticker on the scooter, take out two of the screws that are holding the panel on the scooter, and then mount the phone holder. Let's take a look at the other components. So you get this piece that slots into the scooter. I'm guessing we will see in a moment. And then you have two screws with it. I'm guessing they are longer screws than the ones that are currently in the scooter. And they also give you a small tool for it. Let's take a closer look at this. So it looks like you adjust it by screwing this small wheel on the sides. I will show you a couple of phones that I have once I have it mounted to the scooter. So let me bring in the scooter and let's see how we can install it. Okay, so I have the KQi100 scooter here. So let's see how we can try and install the phone mount. So it looks like it should slot into this space over here. So let's take off this sticker. Okay, I will try to heat it up with the fan a bit because I don't want to damage it. There is also this protective foil that I didn't take off since I got the scooter, so let me take that off first. Okay, so it's warm a little bit, and I also brought a little pry tool from the iFixit kit. So let's try to pry it up. Okay, so it came off. I damaged it a little bit at the bottom here, but otherwise it came off pretty well. It's a shame NIU doesn't provide a replacement sticker in the phone holder kit, so once you want to take off the phone holder, you have a fresh sticker to put back on there. Okay, so now it should be just a matter of removing these two screws and then installing this bracket. So let's use the tool provided. And okay, so you can't actually use the tool that was provided with the phone holder because the screw threads on these two screws are smaller than on the two screws that are provided with the phone holder, which is a bit unfortunate. So you will have to get an Allen key that fits into these smaller screws. Let me get one now. Okay, so I found the proper bit from the iFixit kit. It's 2.5. Let me zoom in a bit. And this one seems to fit into these screws, so let me take them out. Okay, so now we can take a closer look at the screws. And there is some blue Loctite on the screws. Okay, so let's take those out. And now this part of the phone holder should just slot in. There is some rubber grips on here. It should just come here, and then you put in the two screws that tighten it back up. Actually, what I was also thinking, considering there are two holes here and this slots into place, it might be also an opportunity for other mounts to be attached to the scooter, not just the phone mount. So for example, it should be possible to modify this old GoPro mount that I have to drill two holes in it and see if we can mount it to the scooter in the same way as the phone mount. I might need to get some different screws, but well, we'll see. So if that is something you would like to see, let me know down in the comments, and I might do a future video on this modification to the GoPro mount and see if we can mount the camera the same way the phone is mounted. It would be actually a good opportunity if aftermarket manufacturers could come up with different mount options for either GoPro or other action cameras or 360 cameras or other accessories that might be useful to mount to the scooter. Because with the KQi100, especially if you get the 100F that has the folding handlebars, the problem is that there really isn't any space to mount anything on the handlebars, because for example, even this small spot here, when you fold the handlebars, you need to be able to move this part, and same here. I have an old phone mount that I can show you that actually can be mounted to this part of the scooter. It uses this sort of big bracket, and when you take it all the way out, it actually does fit on here. So let me... Okay, so now it's held in place, but the problem is, as you can see, this part is not fixed, so it can move around, and once the phone weight is on here and you go over bumps, and then the phone can sort of move around, so it's not fixed. So to use this sort of phone mount, as you can see, it comes with this big thing, and you can sort of mount it here and then put your phone over here. So it is an option to mount some phone mounts on this scooter, but it's not the best solution, and to prevent this rotation during your ride, you would have to put some duct tape or something else to make sure this ring does not rotate. And then again, if you did that, you would have an issue trying to fold the handlebars if you stuck it in place, so it's not an ideal solution. Okay, let's get back to using the actual phone mount that is designed for this scooter. Okay, so we put this in place, take the two new screws that were provided with the mount, put those in place, and then just screw them in. I guess optionally you can put some blue Loctite on the screws to prevent them from loosening over time, the same way it was on the original screws. Okay, and before we fully tighten it, let's make sure it's centered. And since these are two plastic parts, I would avoid over tightening the screws to prevent the parts from cracking. Okay, so that's solid enough. And now you just take this top part, and actually it's pretty well made. It feels solid. There is some subtle new branding on it, and over here you can see that this side can move 60 millimeters and this side 90 millimeters to accommodate different phones. Okay, so I guess to mount it we need to loosen this screw and then snap it in place. Okay, so let me show you from the bottom. So as you can see, this part snapped onto the ball joint, and once you position the mount how you want, you just tighten this bottom ring that will squeeze onto the ball joint. Okay, so let's angle it like this. Let me tighten the bottom joint. Okay, so now it's held in place, and I'm recording on my Samsung Galaxy phone, so let me go and grab an iPhone and let's see how it fits onto the mount. Okay, so I have an iPhone SE second generation and an older iPhone SE first generation. So let's so you need to adjust the phone mount using this screw. Okay, the phone slides into place and then you gently tighten it. There are rubber grips on both sides of the phone mount, and once you tighten it, it seems to hold in place pretty well. So I don't think I would be worried about the phone coming loose. I mean, I will make some videos, especially the range test rides with my phone mounted on here, so you can see the ride statistics while I do the range testing. So you will see this phone mount in action. So let me now try with the different phone. And this is slightly smaller one, so let's see if it will work with this model. Okay, so this might be an issue if you have an older phone or a very small phone, like the iPhone 5 or iPhone SE first generation. This mount is not going to work with it because this is as tight as you can get it, and as you can see, it's not holding in. But at least from my experience, like 90% of phones are bigger these days than this one, and you might still be able to use it if you put some sort of a case on the phone. So let me grab a case and see how that works. Okay, so this is, well, the same phone, but this is the 5S if I recall correctly, or it might be the iPhone 5. This is the SE. So on this one I have a silicone case, and let's see, so now it's slightly bigger, so let's expand this. Okay, so it slides into place. Let's tighten it a bit. Okay, so now it's fine and it's holding in place. So with slightly smaller phones, like the very old iPhone 5 or iPhone SE first generation, you will need some sort of a case that makes the phone a little bigger for this phone mount, but for most phones it should not be an issue, because this is the smallest phone that I have, and which is just a very cheap silicone case. It works fine in this mount as well. And with most modern phones, my Samsung S10, which is also quite old at this point, is slightly older than the iPhone 2nd gen, and this one fits without any issue. And the sides here are made of rubber material, so it should not damage the phone, and it might also absorb some vibrations, because I know with some newer phones that have optical image stabilization, the vibrations of a scooter or a motorbike can damage the camera. So for example, on motorbikes you have like rubber dampeners on phone holders, at least some of them. So there is some rubber here, but you should consult your phone manual and see if it's safe to mount your phone this way, so you don't damage your optical stabilization on your phone. Okay, so this is how the phone mount for the KQi100 scooters works. It seems to work pretty well. I will test it out on some rides, and you might see it on some of my videos. I'm testing the KQi phone holder for the KQi100 series scooters. So far it's holding the phone really well. It did not slip and it's held in place strongly. I'm testing it with the smaller iPhone SE, the first gen, and that's just in case the phone holder would not hold up and I don't want my main phone to go tumbling down the road. But I don't think there should be a concern about that, because I've been going over bumps. It's holding the phone really well, and it hasn't moved since I started this ride. I'm not sure how well it will be seen on the camera, because the handlebars on the KQi100 are rather close to the rider, so the camera angle I need to lean a little bit back for the handlebars and the phone to be seen when riding, which is not the most comfortable position, because this is like the normal position, standing like this. But if I want to film the handlebars, I need to sort of lean back a bit. Okay, so this was just a short demonstration of the KQi100 phone holder on the KQi100F. During my about 10-minute ride over bumps and different city terrain, the phone holder is holding strong. It hasn't loosened up and the phone is still well secured. So if you need a phone holder for the KQi100, I think this is a great option. It looks well constructed, of high quality. It's easy to mount to the scooter and it holds the phone really well. Let me know if you have any questions about this phone mount, or if you also have any questions about the KQi100F electric scooter. Let me know down in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. I'm still working on the full review of the KQi100F that's hopefully gonna be coming out soon. Okay, so thanks for watching and see you next time.